Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? This is Big L. I just want to tell y'all about an experience we had this weekend with a restaurant called Smoq in Cincinnati, Ohio. We went to a wedding on Friday. One of my wife's family members got married, and had a pretty good time. Everything was good. But Saturday before we all left, we decided to go to a restaurant and kind of hang out before everybody parted ways. So we went to Smoq. I'll have to look up the address again. I'll leave that description and in the description and the link in the description for the restaurant. But when we got there, it was more people than we expected to be there from our group, which was fine. Everybody just kind of chilling, hanging out, and maybe say 30, 35 people maybe. It seemed like as soon as we got in the building, the people had an attitude. My wife told the waitress at the front that we were part of the group, and the waitress immediately explained that you had to be seated at the same time or something stupid. It was really, really dumb. But it was okay. We're gonna be on our own check. Fine, whatever. We got seated. Everybody's there. I got my kids there. Two 3-year-old twins and a 5-month-old. The twins, they can be a little busy, but they're not bad. And just a couple other kids there. But people are there's a couple of people standing around or standing talking to others in the group because everybody's family, everybody knows each other. So the manager, well, we're all black, obviously. All the staff was white. The manager gets up and yells out that she needs everyone to sit down, clear the aisles because it's a fire hazard, and also she needs the space for her waiters and waitresses and don't want any kids to get hurt when a waitress or waiter is serving. And it was completely unprofessional. I've never heard any manager get up and do that before, ever, at a restaurant. If anything, if there was an issue, that manager should have just came to that particular table and just asked the people, whatever, gave them instruction for what you needed. Either you needed them to sit down while they were being served, or you needed a person to, be out of the way or whatever. There's a complete better way of handling that whole situation. So, it made everybody upset. And one person in particular, told the lady about it, and the manager proceeded to argue with her, which was even, worse. That makes the whole situation worse. And then the owner comes out arguing the same thing. And it's still unprofessional. And, all of them have an attitude now. All the waitresses got an attitude. About 15 minutes later, one of my brother-in-laws, he walks in with his wife and his child. And I looked at one of the waitresses as soon as they walked in, and she rolled her eyes like she didn't want more people. This is a business, you're a waitress at a business. You have customers coming in, and you have a problem with people coming in. Do you not want money? Do you not want a tip? Do you not? I mean, this is your business. This is what you do. This is your job. Quit if you don't like it. So, at the end of it all, actually, we had a couple more people came. A couple of customers came that a couple of black people came that weren't with our group, but since they were black, people there automatically assumed without asking that they were part of the group, so they sat them with the group. Which who cares? But they actually were served. Those two people were served before 4 other people that were in the group. Actually, got their order put in, got their food, were eating their food, and the other person got up and they were like, we're done, we're out of here, And the owner proceeded to tell them that they had to pay for the food. Okay, you're going to pay for food that you've never gotten, which is nuts. Also, the owner told them, well, your food is at the window. Okay, it's been 40 minutes. They're waiting on their food, never got it. Other people got served and ate before them. and now you're going to try to force them to pay for food you never gave them. It's just, like I said, the whole situation is completely unprofessional and pretty dumb. And the owner actually told them to leave, and if they didn't, he was going to call the cops and have them charged with theft. So once again, you're stealing food from a restaurant that you never got, and now you're going to leave, so you want to force me to pay for something that I no longer want. Customer service seems to be lost on a lot of people. And in any event, what the owner of the restaurant should have done, if you've seen how these people were that upset, never got their food, you could have comped their food. Because the only thing you're going to do is throw it in the trash. Or, one of your people going to eat it. But other than that, you're going to just throw it in the trash. So if you want to make people happy in that situation, now I'm ready to go. I don't want to even be at this place anymore. You've pissed me off to the point where I will never come back. And now you're going to add to that to threaten me to leave, or you're going to call the cops. I mean, does that make sense to anybody? On top of that, my food was absolutely terrible. The only thing I ordered, they had fried ribs. Yes, that sounds extra fat, but they had fried ribs. Something I've never heard of. Never thought about that. So I figured, it was something different. It might be good. They were dry as all heck. And it's just the sauce they had. The sauce was decent. That you pour on it at the table, but the ribs were absolutely terrible. Supposed to be smoked. They were dry, drier than Popeye's biscuits dry. And then on top of that, the sides were terrible. The only thing that was good was the baked beans, and that's it. Then too, I ordered a dessert, fruit cobbler that had ice cream with it. I told the waitress that I wanted the dessert last. I mean, obviously, why would I want dessert with ice cream with my entree? But she brought everything at the same time. And my wife suggested that I had them take it back, but to me, they would just scrape the ice cream off and gave it back to me if they're that dumb. So I just kept it, and it was absolutely terrible. Also, I mean, the ice cream tastes good, but come on. So I don't know, but our complete experience, I mean, no one was satisfied with their food. I mean, out of that entire group, and you're talking about a place where I paid for a few other people's meals, and I spent over $200. Spending over $200 on food that's absolutely terrible that nobody likes, and then on top of that, you compound that with terrible service, terrible management, terrible ownership. I would never go back to that place ever. I would never recommend that place to anybody. I will tell everybody about my experience, how horrible it absolutely was. And everybody in our group has done the same thing or are doing the same thing. So, I don't know. If you guys are ever in Cincinnati and you go to a restaurant called Smoq, let me know what your experience is. Maybe your experience may be a little different. I don't know. I hope so. But the experience we had seemed as if they were upset that they had so many black people come in there at once. And either they thought that no one was going to leave a tip, but yeah, you put gratuities on the checks anyway with a group. So, I don't know. It was absolutely terrible. And this was a church group. Everybody in there, I mean, our pastor, the mother of the church, the ministers of the church, these are all church people. And you made everyone feel unwelcome, unwanted. It's ridiculous. I don't get that. But I don't know, y'all. Hit the like button on this. Please subscribe to the channel. Bring some other people to the channel. Let me know what you guys think, what your experiences have been, if you guys have been there. And just hit me up. All right, y'all. Stay grounded.